What's up? I'm on Shyla, all that good stuff. My day's going pretty good. Hopefully yours is. You can always leave a comment on that if you wish. Couple things before I start. I'm going to be doing a lot more streaming, and some of them will be general, as far as not any motivational poetry on it. You'll be able to tell the difference. I'll make sure the intro and stuff is different for those. And the times will vary. Only other thing is during the intermissions, there won't be an intermission video anymore. Generally speaking, there might be from time to time, but now that I got that out of the way, take care of this first. You can do anything that you put your mind to, as long as it is that you happen to believe in the one that is you. Cannot be successful if it is that within your heart and your actions you do not act or show that you are successful. Something that my dad taught me once. You cannot go where your heart does not go at the same time and at all at once. Where your heart goes, your body must follow. If you look right here, no matter what they do with their hands or with their feet, this always goes where you go. So if your heart is not in it, then how is it that you can accomplish? You must be fully vested if it is that you wish to accomplish. You can, as long as you make sure your actions and words line up with each other. No matter what it is. No matter why. As long as it is rooted in truth, of course. Otherwise, it is not a very good why. You can do anything, no matter what it may be. You have something that you happen to see that maybe you wish to learn. Put your heart into it, and for sure you will learn. If it is you only put a halfway effort, then the results show for what it is that is a halfway effort. Just as it is that it shows for when it is that you are fully vested. You cannot accomplish something that you are not fully vested. If it is that you only put a portion of what it is that you could do into it, how do you expect to get any result from it? No matter what this may be, no matter what skill or new thing you wish to do or see, you can, as long as these things align. Your actions and words must be at the same place at the same time. If not, is it that you are fully vested? How else is it that you could be fully vested? By saying it but not doing it, are you vested then? Is it that at that point, what it is that you say from the start to the end is not something that you intend to do? How can you say that is something that you wish to do if it is that the heart is not present within what it is that you say you wish to do within the present? Is this easy or hard to understand? With actions you do for what it is that makes it to where you are, where your heart is. Where your actions is the heart of what it is you wish to do. You can say all it is that you wish to, but without the actions, does it make it true? Well, does it? If it is that you say something but you do not do it, then did you move in order to do it? Could it say that your heart, which is the center of your body, whatever it is that you wish to do with your body, do you get what it is that I speak of? It's fairly easy to understand for what it is I speak of. But these actions that I speak of, are they easy to do as it is that you might speak of? For starters, you must be willing. Only results are given and are able to be produced by the willing. If it is that you are not, do your actions reflect for what it is that you wish to do, or do they not? You can accomplish if it is that you actually pursue. Does not matter for if it is that you say you will, but you do not, for your heart is not in it in that spot. You can if it is that you actually pursue. No matter for what dream is wished to be pursued by you. You can if it is that you ensure that you use expective thinking and expective thoughts along with expective actions. Are you disappointed for what results you get from your actions? Have you weighed them against for what it is that another might get within what it is that is within the means that match for what it is that you are able to produce for the same as them? Have you ever considered to ask that question? Maybe at that point, Maybe you can see that maybe there's something different you must do at that point. You cannot go beyond what it is that is your means. But also, if it is that your actions do not equal the same, how can you get results that are the same in comparison to what resource you might have? No matter what it may be that you have, you can have the best armor in whatever game you wish to play. But if you do not practice to be able to technically wear that armor the right way, does that make you a good player or a bad one? Does it make you someone that is experienced enough to know what it is that you will get from that experience? If it is, it does not equal up. Maybe pay attention to someone that you wish to be as equal to, as far as what is produced. No matter for what it is that is produced. Fairly easy to tell if it is that maybe you might need to put it into smaller chunks. That way you do not get frustrated for you learn it in a smaller chunk. When it is that you got that building block down, then no longer are you frustrated for what it is that you get, for you have got it down. No matter what it may be. Within certain industries and other things such as this, you must have the basic blocks, or the basic skills that are the building blocks. No matter what it may be, compared to what it is for the leaders happen to show. You can, if it is that you learn for what it is that you need to grow. No matter for what it is that you wish to do, or for what it is you wish to know. No matter what direction or how it is you wish it to go. For these things, the only way for you to know is for you to learn what it is that might be these basic things. If it is these generalized results you wish to see. Many show guides for what it is. The more effort that you put in, the more results that you will get in the end. As long as it fits within what it is that is the basic block of what it is that the standard shows you for what it is that block. You can, as long as your heart is in it. And you learn for what it is for within the standard. You need to be within it. no matter for what it is that stands or sits within it. There is ways to tell for what it is you should do. You can do for whatever it is you wish to do, as long as it is rooted in truth. Do you know how to tell if it is for what it is you wish to do or claim to do is rooted in truth? The actions that are produced by you. As long as that fits, then what kind of result will you get? But also, as it is, I say this, I also mean something else as well. Is it something that is good as well? For what it is that you should do, to be moral, and other things such as this. But of course, who is it that sets the standard for this? Many may think that it is the world. It just depends on, are you of the world? Or are you one that has standards beyond theirs? From maybe your belief or other things. Of course, even amongst these such things, amongst what it is that would be the world standard, if you question for what it is that standard, can you say that you believe that is the standard? And I will also say this. By saying rooted in truth, there is a beginning of this. Of what was set as that standard. Look back at any culture and for that, they can show you that standard. Even for some beyond what most can even translate. Even the oldest of what it is that is the oldest. These are what I speak of when I say rooted in truth. Unless it is something that is a newer, educated version. Like, to hurt someone, is that right or wrong? To do something to get over somebody else, is that right or wrong? Being with a new individual every day, is that right or wrong? Pretty simple to tell if it is right or wrong. No need to say any more about such things as this, for you already know the answers to this. So, within when it is I say rooted in truth, now you fully understand for what it is I say and mean by that. Can you comprehend that? It's not very hard to get such things as that. It really isn't. In case you don't know, I have no problem saying this either. So that you can know. Pretty much everything that I speak about. Do you know what it is rooted in? And the truth of what it is I speak about? Be a good question for you to maybe ponder for a few seconds. As for me, and what it is that I speak, it's rooted within the Christian belief. Every single word. In case you did not know what it is I speak when I choose to make my words. So, if it is that is something you did not know, does it make sense now for what it is I speak of and for you to know? Rooted in truth. No matter what mountain stands before you, it can move. You can accomplish anything for what it is that you set your mind to. Your words are dead unless actions you happen to do. Perspective. Expective thinking. Expective actions. You know what? As far as the expective actions, do you know another word for that? Faith. Expective thinking. Keep every thought captive. The examples can go for many, many different ways. No matter for what I have spoken about or videos I have amongst these days. An edge of a knife. Your tongue has the ability to cause or bring life. state of mind, sorrows deep. Every single video that on my YouTube or here you will see. These are all the basic thoughts and processes spoken about from me. Within morals or anything else. I speak of nothing else. So that you can know this. That is why I made partly this video, so that you can know this. As well as to tell you that as long as you think anything is possible, you can do as it is. You must believe, though. And then the actions and the word is projected. Just as I have described your word being a bow as the arrow is projected. And speaking of where it is, that the arrow must be rated for what the bow happens to be. And for also, there are other things that reference to this. And I have no problem telling you this. Even within what it is that is my outros. And every so often I throw in there. You have to give me a second. Anyway, as I was saying, I'll show you and explain what I mean with what it is I just said before my phone went off or whatever. With the sword of truth. But an enemy that is against that such truth. When you stand firm for what the word says. They are the one that falls, for the truth happens to have said. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. And there's very many other ways to put that as well. But I figured I'd explain that as well, so that you can know for if you see those. More than likely, they're a little bit more important for it is you have seen those. Now, I will also mention something else. Somebody may not have done the math like they may think they need to, by the way. Many say, well, that could not be true. Let me give you a little piece of information. It's not wise for you to cherry pick for what it is you do not know. 4,000 days as is if, or 1,000 years as is if a day, and a day is as if 1,000 years. 6,000 years time 1,000. Do the math upon that, my friend. You might be surprised on what that number happens to be. I'll tell you it's in the billions. Just so the proof that you can see. But anyway, as it is that I have said, within what it is that you wish to do and for what it is that you have said, are there actions within what it is that you have said? No matter for whatever it is that you have said. If there is not, you realize what you do in this spot? No matter if you know it or not. At this point, your arrow for what it is that you say that it can be represented as a bow is not rated for what that is that bow. Do you know what happens with an arrow if it is that it is not rated for the relative force that happens to be from that string? It either breaks, it misses its target, what happens if your actions match up for what it is you say? At that point, your arrow is matched up for what it is that you say. Now all it is that you need to learn to aim. What do you wish to accomplish upon this day? Is it that you aim directly for it? Or do you aim past it? Kind of like how it is that Bruce Lee used to do his 2-inch punch If it is that you aim for only but that target, do you just merely get close and miss the target? Is it not better to be like a bulldozer and just plow through? Aiming past the target that is intended by you. You can. The ones think that your aspiration may be achievable, or do they think that you're crazy for what it is you wish to see? Is it big enough? Because in the middle of this, you will find out if it's big enough. Whatever this may be. Is it that your source is big enough? I will also mention something else. Something that most people have never noticed. Within what it is that I have pretty much told out front for what it is that my videos are rooted. Let me ask you one thing for what within that miracles happen? Is it by actions? For every single one required actions. You can say it all you wish. But within what it is that has been declared for you to do amongst this, do you do it or do you not? Generally speaking, though, I try to keep that general thing out of it. But I have no problem in speaking about it. From time to time, that is. In case it was you were wondering, figured I'd tell you that, so that you can know that. So there are no misconceptions for what it is I say. So that you can know upon this day. But enough about that. Let's speak about what it is that maybe that you think that you cannot do. Have you thought about what it is that is the actions that you do? Compared to the results that are seen by you. So, with that, a parable that was spoken amongst such things as what it is that I have very clearly put. That is the root of what it is that I do with this. The coin amongst the three. Your gifts and aspirations. Which of the three is the result you see? Do you hide it away to where it is no one happens to see it? Do you halfway invest for what it is and the result is half what it is you think you should get? Or are you fully vested and 100% of what it is that you think you will get? You can if it is that you're fully vested. Wish to understand for what it is I speak of being fully vested? A good example of such things as this. You are either a skateboarder or a rollerblader. And what you do and for what it is you say you wish to do. There's a difference that I will describe to you. The skateboarder is able to bail when it is that the trick happens to have failed. This is one that is only half vested. When you know you will land the trick, you can stay on it. When it is that you think you will not, what can you do with the skateboard at that spot? As for a rollerblader, you are fully attached. You cannot bail. If it is you fail, you get back up and you try again. Skateboarders can do the same thing. But they have the ability to bail and never get back upon the board. Rollerbladers do not have that luxury unless they take it off. So, which of these two are you? Are you one that's fully vested? Are you one that is only halfway? But there is a third example upon this day. One that chooses to not wear the rollerblades. Or one to not get upon the board. So how much actions have you put? Are you the one that stands and sits put? Are you one that, if it is you start to think that it fails, you bail from the board for you do not have faith for you think it fails? Or are you the rollerblader for what you are fully committed? You put your rollerblades on, and at that point you are fully committed. If it is, it fails, you get up and try again. So, within the effort that you put in, which of these three describe you? You wonder why you're not getting the results that are desired by you? You can, as long as your actions and words line up. Does that mean that right away that the results will line up? Must know for what it is that within what it is you do should be a result that should be seen by you. Not necessarily within the first, but within your craft, within your field. Are you one that stands out amongst your field? Are you one that is beyond for what one could expect? Are you as a normal crop within that field? Or are you as like the walls of Jericho, what it was they brought back from what it is that was their field? Unique in their own way. Making bitter wine for their vineyard upon that day. The result of what it is that you see is for what it is that you put within your cup you happen to see. Do you like it or do you not? You can if it is that you separate yourself with the basics and for what it is that is the building blocks. You can easily make the crop bigger than what one that do not know such things, for theirs is smaller, it cannot be bigger. It is, you know, upon what the standard is, and you go above and beyond for what the standard is. Will it be that your grapes will be as a normal vineyard? Or will it be as you are ones that get for what it is that would be from the Jericho's vineyard? Hmm? Maybe you might need to raise that standard. If it is that you are not meeting up to that standard. So, do you know what it is that you can do? Do you think that things that certain ones think is impossible are things you can do? Or is it something that by your actions you prove otherwise? Only with being resilient is it that you prove otherwise. Is it something that you can change? Will it be that within your means? Will it be that without effort, these things will change? Is it that it will not? If it is that you do it better than any other in that spot, if it is that you can do the basics without getting it wrong, with the amount of your effort, can you get it wrong? You can do anything that you wish to accomplish, no matter for what it is that you wish to accomplish. But the actions must be there. By the way, you wish to know what the whole backbone of what it is that I do, within what it is that I have spoken to you, about what it is that is the root of what it is I do, one specific. You will do greater things than these. If it is you wish to understand why I speak as I do. That is the entire backbone for what it is I do. Besides being rooted in truth. Or even if that was not my backbone of what it is, that is still the truth of what it is. You know for what is wrong and right. You can believe as it is you wish. To harm another, is it right? To be with a new one every night. To crave for what it is another has. To harm your neighbor. Amongst other things, such as that. If you see something that is not right, and you do nothing, do you prove with your actions that, in truth, you believe it is right? Do not engage in these things of folly. Be nice if possible. I'm naming videos, by the way, in case you do not know that upon this day. What you can accomplish, if it is that you have the expective thoughts and expective thinking for what it is you wish to accomplish. Do yourself a favor. The latest video now that you know such things, is it that you might look at my videos slightly different, or my streams for what it is that makes them different. Do not stand against her. Is a reference I made on one of my most recent streams. Now, for what it is that I have told you amongst this stream. When I say that, what does that mean? Speaking of what it is that is these protests, and for what the ones they happen to protest against cannot do, even though these ones that protest, it has been declared that they have protection for what it is they protest. Even though if the other side were to show or do such things, what has been ruling, and if you do your research, you will see these things. But at least I figured I'd clarify a few things. In case it was that these things were something that you may have been oblivious to. But now that might enlighten or encourage you for what it is that I speak to you. But these particular things are not necessarily things that I will speak of every time. 'Cause there's one reason why I do not. For the ones that have ruined what reputation, such ones that I have declared myself to be. There are many, if it were you were to say, for what it is that I have said. Your efforts at that point would be dead. For there were ones that happened to have ruined it. Oh, this person acted this way, but they claim to be. That is why not direct you happen to see. For those that might question me. Or think there are other things that I speak. This is why it is that, so that you can know. That is the only reason that I tell you this, and for you to know. Being a witness is all that I must be. Now, according to the videos and other things from me that you happen to have seen, is this something that you can see within me? Well, that looks like all the time that I have for now. So, until next time. And I will be streaming more, by the way. So, this is not the only one for today.